Hi, my name is Brian Cervantes. I'm with the City of West Covina Traffic Division, and I'm going to call this meeting of the January Traffic Committee meeting to order at 3:05 on Tuesday, January 10th. I'll go ahead and first do introductions of all the committee members. Adam, I don't know if you want to start.
Yeah, Corporal Adam Seigner, West Covina PD.
Allison Richter with the West Covina Traffic Department.
John Osqui, City of West Covina Engineering.
Peter with the Traffic Department of West Covina.
Paulina Morales, Assistant City Manager.
Excellent. And then we'll move on to item 2, which was the items approved at the previous traffic committee meeting. So all items were recommended and unanimously approved by the traffic committee, and they will be presented to City Council at a later date for final approval and installation. The 3 items that were reviewed previously was the traffic review of 534 North Azusa Avenue for green curb, the traffic review of northbound Citrus at Garvey Avenue South, and a brief discussion of the traffic calming program applications. So now we'll move on to item 3, our new traffic committee items. And our first one will be the traffic review of East Garvey Avenue South between Azusa Avenue and Hollenbeck Avenue. Perfect. So the City of West Covina has received a resident request to review reported speeding along East Garvey Avenue South, and additionally, the resident reported that cars from the dealerships are parking on their street, South Baymar Street. So as part of this review, the review included an analysis of the existing roadway conditions, a review of approximately 3 years of available traffic collision data, an average daily traffic count, and a 24-hour speed survey along East Garvey Avenue South. So for the existing conditions along East Garvey Avenue South, East Garvey Avenue South is an east-west major collector road based on the Caltrans road classification system. It is located south of the San Bernardino Freeway or the I-10 freeway, and this segment of East Garvey Avenue South has a posted speed limit of 35 miles per hour. However, on this stretch, there are a 20 mile per hour speed limit zone while driving on the curb sections near Azusa Avenue, and a 15 mile per hour speed limit while driving on the curb section near Hollenbeck Avenue. This segment is approximately 30 to 45 feet in width depending on the section of the road, with 1 lane in each direction, and each lane is approximately 15 to 25 feet in width. Parking is allowed on both sides of East Garvey Avenue along this segment. And along this segment, there are car dealerships on both sides and the I-10 freeway on the north side of the segment. For Azusa Avenue is a north-south road that's a principal arterial road. It has a posted speed limit of 45 miles per hour and is approximately 80 to 100 feet with 2 lanes in each direction and a raised median. Parking is allowed along both sides of Azusa Avenue except for areas marked with red curb and is restricted due to fire hydrants. Lastly, Hollenbeck Avenue is a north-south road that is considered a minor arterial road. The posted speed limit is 40 miles per hour and it is approximately 60 feet wide with 2 lanes in each direction, and it's divided by a solid double yellow line. So as I said before, we did a collision investigation and reviewed 3 years of collision data from the Switters. This period was between August of 2019 through August of 2022, and during this time there was a total of 7 collisions, and as you can see, those are the locations of the collisions along the segment. As well, we did a average daily traffic count, or an ADT count, and the ADT count was taken on December 7th, and it was found that eastbound there's 1,697 vehicles, westbound 1,615 vehicles, for a total of 3,312 vehicles per day on the December 7th, 2022. And as well, we did a speed survey along the segment, which was a 24-hour speed survey taken on the same day, December 7th. And during that speed survey, it was found that the 85th percentile speed of vehicles along Garvey Avenue at the entrance to the Auto Plaza was determined to be 40 miles per hour, which is above the posted 35 mile per hour speed limit. As well, it was noted during the speed survey that vehicles traveling more than 35 miles per hour were documented between 4 and 6 p.m. in the afternoon. So after a thorough review of the existing field and traffic conditions and per the California Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices, the California Vehicle Code, and based on the traffic review and engineering judgment, it was determined that the segment would benefit from additional improvements in addition to the below recommendations, the segment would also be going through a separate parking study to determine which spaces on the south side of the street along the dealerships may be changed to available on-streets parking spaces to address the residents' concern that vehicles were rolling over into the residential zone. Go back there. Perfect. And the recommendations are to remove and replace the existing 35-mile speed limit signage, remove and replace the existing 20-mile-per-hour curved ahead sign, remove and replace the existing 20-mile-per-hour curve ahead sign, remove and replace existing 15-mile-per-hour curve ahead sign with a 20-mile-per-hour head sign, and install signal ahead pavement legends along East Garvey Avenue South as seen in the diagram. So there's no audience members. Are there any comments from any of the committee members? No? You want to go vote? Okay, so all those in favor of passing this? I'm not sure if that's the correct thing to go
Yeah.
by.
Say aye.
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 Any
All those
opposed?
opposed?
Yeah.
Excellent. Perfect. So we will go on to our second item. And that's going to be the line of sight review of Jubilee Christian School. So for this, the city of West Covina received a resident request to review the line of sight visibility and existing roadway conditions in front of Jubilee Christian School. The resident reported that vehicles are parking too close to the driveway exit, which is causing line of sight's issue when leaving the driveway of the parking lot. The traffic review included an analysis of existing roadway conditions, a review of approximately 3 years of available collision data, and a line of sight analysis. The existing conditions along Sunset Avenue is that Sunset Avenue is a north-south road that is considered a principal arterial road. Sunset Avenue does become Irwindale Avenue when it hits the border with the city of Covina to the north. The segment of Sunset Avenue between Badillo Street and Puente Avenue has a posted speed limit of 40 miles per hour and is approximately 80 feet wide with 2 lanes in each direction and is divided by a raised island median. Parking is allowed on both sides of Sunset Avenue except places designated with red curb or during street sweeping hours. For Badillo Street, Badillo is an east-west road that is considered a principal arterial road based on Caltrans roadway classification system. And it has a posted speed limit of 45 miles per hour. Badillo Street is approximately 80 feet wide with 2 lanes in each direction and is divided by a raised island median. And parking is allowed along both sides of Badillo except during street sweeping hours. Puente Avenue is an east-west road that's considered a minor arterial road. It has a posted speed limit of 40 miles per hour and is approximately 60 feet wide with 2 lanes in each direction, divided by a double yellow solid line. Parking is allowed on both sides along Puente Avenue, except on where red curb is and designated street sweeping hours. Lastly, Jubilee Christian School. Jubilee Christian School is located on the west side of Sunset Avenue, south of Badillo Street. The front of the school is facing Sunset Avenue, and students range from preschool age to 8th grade with age groups between 5 to 16 years old. School starts at 6 a.m. and dismisses at 6:30 p.m. depending on the student's grade. And there are approximately 250 students from preschool to 8th grade. So as part of our review, we did a collision history, which was over a 3-year period between August of 2019 through August of 2022. And during this time, we had 4 collisions on record, which are seen there, all nearby the driveway exit. And after a thorough review, it was determined that the segment along Sunset Avenue between Badillo Street and Puente Avenue would benefit from the installation of a red curb on the north side of Jubilee Christian School, their exit driveway. So our recommendation is to install 40 feet of red curb on the north of the exit driveway of Southern Jubilee Christian School parking lot, as shown in the exhibit on the screen. This will remove approximately 2 parking spots. So are there any comments from committee members? No.
Just a question, as a matter of practice, because this is in front of the school, we're killing probably 2 parking spots.
Mm-hmm.
Is someone going to reach out to them before installation of the red curb too?
They were the requesters for it.
Oh, they were the requesters?
Yes.
So, but they know that this is going to be the solution that they're providing?
That's what they requested
Okay.
initially. Sorry if I'm
They
Just the
asked
red
for
curb,
more
okay.
red curb,
Mhm.
All
yeah.
right, very good, thank
Yeah, I
you.
believe it was the principal.
Okay, got it,
But yes, we'll reach out to them as well.
thank you.
Okay, then we can go ahead to voting. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? Excellent. Then we will move on to our third item, which is going to be the line of sight review of Woodgate Drive and Evangelina Street. So the city of West Covina received a resident request to review the line of sight visibility and existing roadway conditions on Woodgate Drive at Evangelina Street. The resident reported that cars are parking too close to the south side of Evangelina Street, causing a line of sight issue for drivers turning onto Woodgate Drive. In response to this request on behalf of the city, the traffic review was started, and the traffic review included an analysis of existing roadway conditions, a review of approximately 3 years of available collision data, and a line of sight analysis. So for the existing conditions along Woodgate Drive is a north-south road that is considered a local road. It has a posted speed limit of 30 miles per hour and is approximately 40 feet wide with 1 lane in each direction and is divided by a double solid yellow line with raised pavement markers. Parking is allowed on both sides along Woodgate Drive except where red curbs are designated no parking. And for Evangelina Street is an east-west road that is considered a local road and has a posted speed limit of 25 miles per hour. Evangelina is approximately 40 feet wide with 1 lane in each direction and no marked center line, and parking is allowed on both sides of the street. So as part of the review, we did a 3-year collision review based off Switters from December 2019 through December of 2022. It was found that there were no collisions within 100 feet of the studied intersection during this 3-year period. And after a thorough review of the existing field conditions and traffic conditions and per the guidelines in the CAMU-TCD, CDC, and based on engineering judgment, it was determined that the installation of red curb on Woodgate Drive at Evangelina Street is not necessary since there is clear line of sight according to the standards. However, as part of the review to make sure that vehicles are not parking along the areas currently marked red, we did recommend to repaint all faded red curb along Woodgate Drive, which is repainting approximately 75 feet of existing red curb north of Evangelina Street and approximately 140 feet of red curb south of Evangelina Street. And then any comments from committee members? Okay, we'll
Easy
move
enough.
on to voting. So all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Excellent. And then there's no audience members here with us today, or is there any items on the agenda from committee members? No? Okay, then I will adjourn this meeting and we will meet in February for the February traffic committee meeting.
Thank you very much.